Stop. Look. Go.
When a salesperson says to me, Richard, I'm on LinkedIn, but I don't publish that much. Why should I? It's because your buyers are looking there to find relevant information. It generates more leads than Facebook, X, Instagram together. No time is no priority. If people say, I don't have the time for LinkedIn, it's not that they don't have the time, they don't make it a priority. And I understand, if you've never seen any added value from LinkedIn, it's not a priority. If I tell you with 30 minutes every day on LinkedIn, I guarantee you get one additional client a week, I think you all tomorrow would start doing half an hour. In 2 years from now, 80% of business-to-business interactions between sellers and buyers will become completely digital. There is literally no country in the world that almost have not a growing LinkedIn community. So one of the questions you need to ask yourself, okay, if a potential client now opens my LinkedIn profile, what is the added value I provide for them? So build your LinkedIn profile with your customer in mind. People don't like to read boring stuff. They prefer to watch a video. The only things that are still being read on LinkedIn are stories. 30% of buyers, they make a decision based on what they see if they click on your name. What's in there, they either go for connect or whatever, or they leave. Tag people or companies. So mention people, clients, partners, colleagues in a post if it's relevant. Use between 3 and 5 hashtags. LinkedIn doesn't care which hashtag. Hashtag iTeam, hashtag cleaning. LinkedIn just looks, are there between 3 and 5 hashtags? Increase your followers by just telling them, informing them what is going on in the industry. So what is happening in the cleaning industry? What is happening that is interesting for facility management?
I really liked the presentation. Yes, I'm quite interested in using LinkedIn also for iTeam. So it was very interesting for me to hear everything he had to tell.
Yeah. Did you hear new things?
Yes, I didn't know that using a planning tool, for example, has such a big influence on the reach of content. So that's very useful for me to know that maybe we have to post it ourselves instead of planning. So yeah, definitely taking that home.
I got a lot of important information about LinkedIn. To be honest, I'm the beginner. If we talk about LinkedIn, I have not so many, some big experience. Thanks this session, I know much more about LinkedIn. I hope I will also implement it on my profile. Of course, I will be also learn more about it, but I'm absolutely satisfied.
I just heard you say you shouldn't see LinkedIn as a social medium. What does that mean?
It means a lot of things. So first of all, it means that LinkedIn is not responding the same way to the users as all the other social media platforms. So it has a different algorithm, it has a different way on how people consume content, but also how LinkedIn treats content. So if people have a content strategy that is working fine for Instagram or Facebook and they just copy paste it to LinkedIn, they don't see any results. Second thing is that I think LinkedIn is much more than a social platform because it has changed the way how we market, sell our products and also how we recruit new people.
And what is an important aspect in trying to sell something on LinkedIn?
Well, I think it's an important aspect for everything that is about selling. It's to build trust. So sometimes people make the mistake that they go for shortcuts on LinkedIn. So they identify a client and they send them a message like, hey, we should meet. And that's not working on LinkedIn. So I think you should really focus on building trust. With a lot of new people you can meet on LinkedIn, that's the good thing because you can easily identify your clients. But you should always try to manage the relationship first before you start to sell.
You got quite a few questions at the end. What is your impression of the people in the groups at iTeam?
No, I always love to be here. It's my second time, and I remember the first time that people were very engaged. It's always interesting if you have a I would say, multicultural of people from different countries, because the way how people adopt LinkedIn or use LinkedIn differs from country to country. So you could also see the people from the countries that are heavy users, they had more questions than the people who are like still in the learning curve. But overall, I like the engagement.
What is one of the most important messages you would like the people to take home?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it's to not underestimate the impact LinkedIn has on B2B sales. For example, if people check you out on Google, the first link is LinkedIn, so you should be aware on how your profile is built. Buyers are looking more and more for relevant content, so you should publish on LinkedIn as well your content. So I think people should really understand the importance of LinkedIn, but also the opportunities it can provide you with.